Now, over 200 people have been arrested in the first day of Operation Shanela, an expansion of O Kae Molao, which was officially launched on Saturday morning in Johannesburg. It's aimed at fighting rampant crime, which continues to be a concern for law-abiding citizens. Police Minister Bheki Cele is currently speaking.
And all other structures from different government sections that work with all of us to fight crime. But mostly, I want to really acknowledge the community structures, the CPFs, the patrollers, and all those that work together with us to make sure that South Africans are safe and feel safe. The private security companies that work with us, abefundisi, who pray that criminals bafe besebancane. And all community members that work together with us to make South Africa free and easily livable. Maphoyisa nanonke bopanyapanya, good afternoon. Maphoyisa, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Maphoyisa, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Maphoyisa. Hey, my daughter. Afternoon, Maphoyisa. Faith Mazibuko, this is the national launch. Just happened in Gauteng. So long as it's okay, Mala. President of the Republic of South Africa, His Excellency Cyril Ramaphosa. For last month, he called every minister one by one. Spent about 2 to 3 hours to explain what I was supposed to do and what I was doing. There are 6 pillars that the government is working on to make lives of South Africans better. Corruption and crime is number 6 of those pillars. Therefore, we are responding to those pillars. Some is employment, social cohesion, education, and all others. So we're concentrating on the safety. We made commitment that, Mr. President, indeed, South African police arrest people. I hear people talking nonsense saying amaphoyisa awasebenzi. As we speak now, the South African prisons are 44% overpopulated. Not just their population, overpopulated. And all those people ababoshiwe abayi ngetoyitoyi ejele bavuka ekuseni bacela ukuzoboshwa cha. Bayaboshwa, bathunywe, baphenywe amaphoyisa abasejele. That's why kugcwele emajele. But Operation Shanela, Babu MMC, is to sweep clean and make sure that we increase our operation for preventing crime happening. The concentration of Shanela is to be there and make sure that we fight crime before it happens. Therefore, there have been changes, as Ubaba Mfundisi said, future, though is built on history, there must be the difference on doing things and the way we do things. There are a few different things and different ways that we must follow. Every Thursday to Monday morning, we saturate all streets of the high-density crime areas with high-density police. When Thursday comes, which is a crime period in South Africa, crime in South Africa happens between Thursday and Monday morning. Because people, they believe that is the time for their entertainment and is the time yokuthi benze njengoba bethanda bahambe bayodakwa baphuza utshwala bese beya-rape babulala abantu. Therefore, we are on the streets, we are reclaiming the streets, we are saturating the streets, and we want to be there as you sleep, as the night falls, we all rise and we are there to protect and serve. That's point one. Point two is to work with all other law enforcement together and be sure that you are driven in one direction, especially by the crime intelligence and other intelligence in the country. Therefore, during the week, Amapoisa, they get all the warrant of arrest and we begin to collect all those people that we want and they need to be in prison that you have been searching. That's why from yesterday up to this point, 1,300 people around the country have been arrested. Among them are outstanding criminals that we have been hunting and wanting for murder, for rape, for car hijack, and for house breakings. So from yesterday up to this point, around the country, we have arrested 1,300 of them. But also, this morning, with the operations, we have already arrested 2,250 of the people that are undocumented. We continue to make sure that as we enhance Operation Shanela, thanks to the President again and the Treasurer for giving us money to train more police in South Africa. As we speak, we have 10,000 that are at the colleges, different 24 colleges in South Africa. Following 10,000 that we trained last year, following 10,000 that will be training next year. Among those who are training our special forces. This year alone, we're training 1,000 Amabareti. Mazibuko. We're training 1,000 Amabareti. Only for this year. Those forces you see down there is part of National Intervention Special Task Force. But National Commissioner, Provincial Commissioner, Deputy Mfuna Baba Bokala, I want them to be the face and the first. Because I'm a criminals as a South Africa edelela. I'm a criminals as a South Africa wabasa bantu. I'm a criminals as a South Africa, they believe ukuthi thina fanele siphile sisatshiswe siphile ngaphansi kwabo. Ama-criminals ase South Africa, they rape 10,000 women in 3 months. 10,000 women. They kill 6,000 people in 3 months. And we can't live under those conditions. Therefore, the people that you see back there, working with the people you see front there, they must be all time on the streets, in the houses, and find those people that are not supposed to be on the street and among the people. They must make sure that we squeeze the oxygen for criminals. There must be no oxygen for criminals. We are training tracking teams because everybody who commits crime must be found. That is the part of Shanela. Everybody that commits crime must not have the place anywhere in the community. That's why we are calling on communities that please help us. Nyawazi lama criminals. Ahlala nani lama criminals. Azalwa inina lama criminals. Ajola nani lama criminals. Ashade nani lama criminals. Yebo, musani ukuthi hayi. Awekho ama criminals afika nemvula la. Ama criminals aphuma endlini zenu. So aletheni ama criminals. Sitsheleni lama criminals ukuthi because you must be safe. Everybody in South Africa must be safe. So it's important. So I'm calling on the police. I'm calling on all law enforcement. Don't be kind when it comes to criminality. Don't be soft. When criminals challenge you, when criminals go hard on you, go harder on them. When they go toe to toe, go to make sure that when criminals choose to go toe to toe, and when the dust settles, when we come to pick up the pieces, we are not picking the dead bodies from yourselves, but the dead bodies from the other side. These tools we are giving you, they must be used. Criminals in South Africa, they believe that they have extra rights than anybody else. You go and show them. Anybody who plans to commit crime, anybody who plans for cash heist, anybody who plans for car hijack, anybody who plans for house robbery does not come with a broomstick. Does not come with a yellow dust. Does not come with a feather dust. It comes with a real thing. That's why we give you real things. You go and use those real things. When criminals go to Sebokeng and plan for cash heist, part of their planning, carrying guns, is to eliminate whoever is on their way, including the members of the families, including the members of the community. So make sure that when they go tough, as you did in Sebokeng, I want many Sebokengs. I want you to have many Sebokengs. When criminals carry guns and they shoot at you, they fight you, they want to kill you, make sure you have no mercy on criminals. We are not going to allow communities to live in fear here. We are not going to be run by criminals. We are not going to co-govern with criminals. If you want to be a government, you get elected. You just don't wake up, carry your gun, come here and think that you're part of governance. Mema Zibuko, ngiyajabula niyasiza. But I want to make a call to you and the MMC. We moved around this Gauteng this morning. I called. Hey, pelile le Gauteng man, anivuseni. Anivuseni man. Ayikho le Gauteng. We went to other places, the underground, eh? Underground, eh? MTN taxi like that. Eh? Underground. Yeah. But people, they're dancing, good vibe. And I'm told good nama criminals are never vibe. When they kill people and injure people, they run there. So it's important, which is one of the pillars of the government, that we make places where communities live safe. It is important that when you go to section 1 that you know very well, Mazibuko, in Deep Slot, there must be light there. It is important that these places where we live in, there must be streets, there must be lights, there must be clean, there must be house numbers, so that when there is crime there and you invite the police, you must tell them that they must come to Cele Street, number 114. Now, we just don't, we've got 700 in Mkhuke, 700. So it would be important that as we do all this, also, noma ngabe iqalwa bani ngiyakuzwa ukuthi uqalwa bani noma ngabe nalowo iqalayo umtshela ukuthi ayeke. But it's important that what we do here is balanced with the socio-economic issues so that South Africans, they live in peace and they live in joy. We have budgeted for our CPF this year, Mazibuko, because we recognize the essence and their help and their contribution. Though it's not much, but there must be help to get in season. CPFs must have their cars, Chair. Mazibuko, simnike malini Mazibuko? 20 million, Mazibuko. Simnike 20 million, Mazibuko, akomalethele kumina. Signike 20 million. IGauteng iyodwa sinike 20 million. Ukuthi ithengele ama CPF imoto, intengele intholele indawo zokusebenza, intengele ama laptop, intengele makubandi, intengele ama torch, everything. It's because we recognize ukuthi that's an Operation Shanela where we pull everybody together. Lama drone okhuluma ngawo 148 ngifuna uwabone ndiza Mazibuko. Kudala lawa mamamzela awandisi. Sekuze kwandiza lawa 8 awu 28 awethu. Lawa bendiza la ilawa amaphoyisa awu 28. Angwakhoma of drone yakho la. We are glad that 12 of the members of South African Police Service are trained to be good drone pilots. Also, we have 9 that we are training. We are working on 10,111 so that when you phone 10,111, we are able to respond. And you are bringing more cars so that amapoisa, they stop to tell you ukuthi azikho imoto, they're supposed to respond. So I'm calling on the National Commissioner, Provincial Commissioner, and all of us to say to amapoisa, let's work with our people. To say to amapoisa, their job is to protect and save. To say to amapoisa, they cannot be criminals themselves. To say to amapoisa, we are not going to hesitate to convert your blue uniform to orange uniform if you get out of the way. Ngoba abanye benu nikangile. I know that many members of the South African Police and other law enforcement, the JMPs and all others, they do their good work, but there are few rotten apples, and they make all our apples smell. Therefore, I'm calling on the leadership to be hard and tough to those that deviate and don't do what they're supposed to do and do other things that are not supposed to do. I'm calling on the police, when the woman comes to the police station to report that she has been raped and abused, don't tell that woman to go back and negotiate home. That is not your job. You're not negotiators. Your job is to stand up, walk, and see and make sure that you arrest that perpetrator. It's not your job to negotiate the rape of the women. Therefore, we're going to be tough to everybody. We are going to be tough to those of ours who deviate and get out of the way, to assist and work with criminals. National Commissioner, Provincial Commissioner, it's something painful to hear that a member of the South African police has been arrested, but it's correct. We are not going to live and stay with the rotten potatoes among ourselves. We need to say, you come here to serve and protect. By the way, to work for the police, to work for the South African Police Service is not the job. It's a calling and it's a service. If we finish job, we are a Coca-Cola. We turn a happy job. A job. Therefore, it's important that when the time not to sleep comes, when the time comes that all the pains, we take pain on behalf of the communities, not to give pain to the communities. It hurts when you are phoned and you are told by the member of the community to say, Ipoisa refused to assist me. Please don't do that. Please go and serve and provide proper service to these members, especially children and women. When the night comes, with this Operation Shanela, ubuzile MMC, Operation Shanela, umsebenzi wawo ukwenza igebengu zingalali. When the night comes, by the way, under Operation Shanela, ngizwile ke thiwa khona bathi soyixoxa le ndaba soyixoxa yenzeka Masimula. Ama-station commanders awayeka ukuthatha ama-weekend. Ama-weekend kwenzeka amacala. Ama-station commanders awabe seyiteshini ngama-weekend because there where crime is happening. Mawufuna leave uyithathe ngolwesibili. Kodwa Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, ama-station commander, if our communities wafuna our fitte station, because that's a time when criminals walk around and causing helter-skelter and problems here. So it's important. So Operation Shanela is the change of focus and emphasis on the prevention of crime, because we are there, because we walk on streets, because we are on your doors, because we work with you, because we forget who are we and we realize that we are your assets. Mapoisa, nama asset community. You are assets of the community. Nothing less, nothing more. It's not about yourselves. It's not about ourselves. It's about the community. It's about the people we serve. It's about those kids. It's about when the community cries to say, sorry and so, ulahlekile, you don't tell us, ukuthi, siyomfuna kusasa. Angiphamanzame. Maphoyisa, when it's reported that somebody is missing, a young girl is missing, you don't tell the parents ukuthi mhlambe uye kwi-oyak. Because I receive a lot of that. Ake nimlinde mhlambe uye kwi-oyak. It's not your job ukusitshela ukuthi ubani ujola nobani. Your job is to stand up and make sure that you check, you follow, you work with the community, you work with the parents, you want, and you make sure that you get that person who's missing. Mphakathi, mangihamba la mathali, ngihlale ngitshelwa ama-community ukuthi amaphoyisa ayahlupha ajola ngey'moto zikahulumeni. kuthiwa ajola ngeemoto zikahulumeni ahamba ayopaka enza igrosa ngazo kodwa ngiyangibuza ukuthi ajola nobani ajola nobani ajola nani so kubalulekile amaphoyisa niwajole niyawabona insizwa mahle niyawabona kodwa mayizocollecta umtshela angafiki ngemoto estate afike ngeyakhe angafiki ngemoto ebhala ukuthi Moroka Police Station umtshela ukuthi leyo eyokusebenza yokujahima mayengenayo imoto nikhombe phezulu nobabili. Therefore, it's important that as a community you help us to help you. Ungathi uhlele ekhaya mamezala kupaka imoto la iphume emaponya kaDio Grocer ubonga ukuthi imkhwenyana siyabonga usilethele igrocer ngayiphi yona imoto. Mtshele ayihambisa imoto angabuya azohlala kodwa imoto yaseMorocco Police Station ayenza umsebenzi waseMorocco Police Station. So it's important ukuthi i-community masibuka. By this, I'm making a call on community ukuthi abasize nabo bangabi ingcenye yokulinga amaphoyisa to tempt amaphoyisa and take them out of their way. Because they do sometimes. They all complain ukuthi amaphoyisa ayabribe. Abribe obani? Nina. Amaphoyisa wangabribe nani ningabribe. But indeed, amaphoyisa must refuse to fall for any form of temptation. If we do those things, if we keep on our lane, criminals will run. Therefore, I'm giving the command that from here, you go and walk with your committee, with your communities, among your communities, take over the streets, saturate the streets. When the people of South Africa, they look at you, they must reclaim their hope because there is you. You must make sure that all places of life are safe. You must say to that young girl, it's safe for her to walk alone in the middle of the night because nobody is going to rape her, nobody is going to attack her, and it's her right to walk alone in the middle of the night because you would have created the situation. That's a command. I command. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister. Please all rise. Thank you. We may be seated. Yeah. I now call upon the Provincial Commissioner of Gauteng, Lieutenant General Elias Mawela, to deliver the vote of thanks.
So those are live visuals earlier on Minister Bheki Cele announcing the launch of the Operation Shanela, which is to boost the Operation O Kae Molao, talking very tough, saying that criminals are very brazen. They basically are disrespectful to South Africans and the police. And his posture and attitude is that that will no longer be accepted or tolerated, even referring to the significant contribution made by Community Policing Forum, saying in Gauteng alone, the community policing sector or department has been allocated 20 million rand for resources for the CPFs. Further on saying that community members themselves sometimes are complacent in the temptation where police officers are either using state resources and not being able to do their work. We'll get a report from Avu Mtila a little bit later in the program.